2 Corinthians chapter 6. As God's co-workers, we urge you not to receive God's grace in vain. For he says, "In the time of my favor I heard you, and in the day of salvation I helped you." I tell you, now is the time of God's favor. Now is the day of salvation. That's chapter 6, verse 1. Now is the day of salvation. We put no stumbling block in anyone's path, so that our ministry will not be discredited. Verse 4. Rather, as servants of God, we commend ourselves in every way, in great endurances, in troubles, hardships, and distresses. Verse 5. In beatings, imprisonments, and riots, in hard works, sleepless nights, and hunger, in purity, understanding, patience, and kindness in the Holy Spirit, and in sincere love, in fruitful speech, and in the power of God, with weapons of righteousness in the right hand and in the left, true glory and dishonor, bad report and good report, genuine yet regarded as impostors, known yet regarded as unknown, dying and yet we live, beaten and yet not killed, sorrowful and yet always rejoicing, poor yet making many rich, having nothing and yet possessing everything. I love this verse. Verse 11, we have spoken freely to you, Corinthians, and opened wide our hearts to you. We are not withholding our affection from you, but you are withholding yours from us. As a fair exchange, I speak as to my children. Open wide your hearts also. Warning against idolatry. Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. Verse 14, chapter 6, 2 Corinthians. Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? What fellowship can light have with darkness? What harmony is there between Christ and Belial? Or what does a believer have in common with an unbeliever? Nothing. What agreement is there between the temple of God and idols? Is there any agreement between church and idolatry? For we are the temple of the living God. As has said, I will live with them and walk with them, and I will be their God, and they will be my people. I will live with them and walk among them, and I will be their God, and they will be my people. Verse 17. Oh, remember, that is verse 16, by the way. 2 Corinthians 6 and 16. That we are also the temple of the living God. 17. Therefore, come out from them and be separate. Touch no unclean things, and I will receive you, and I will be a father to you, and you will be my sons and daughters. That's the end of 2 Corinthians chapter 6.